The world of echoing planes is a layered reality with 10 diverse planes of existence, stacked like a multi-dimensional totem. Each plane represents a unique biome with different geographical features and inhabitants. These planes rotate around the core, a visible, shimmering energy nexus that extends through the center of all planes. Energy from the core resonates differently within each plane, influencing the laws of nature and magic and the evolution of its denizens. Primus, a plane of perpetual twilight, illuminated by bioluminescent flora and fauna. A vast ocean with floating islands that change locations with the ebbs and flows of the core's energy. Duo, an arid desert plain with towering crystalline structures, harboring hidden oases that flicker in and out of reality. Tertius, a dense vertical jungle where the inhabitants live in the towering tree canopies. The floor is perpetually shrouded in darkness and mist. Quartus, a rocky mountainous plain with the gravity behaving unusually, enabling floating rocks and inverted waterfalls. Pentus, an urban plain filled with sprawling steampunk cities surrounded by vast rolling farmlands. The energy of the core directly fuels their technology. Hexus, a plain composed of sprawling caverns beneath an icy surface, illuminated by glowing mineral veins. Septus, a plain in constant storm, where islands float in a sky filled with endless clouds and volatile weather patterns. Octus, an eerie plain with a thick, ever-shifting mist that warps the perception of reality. Nonus, a plain where day and night occur simultaneously, split down the middle. One half basks in eternal sunshine while the other languishes in perpetual night. Dicus, a surreal, alien plain with flora, fauna and geography that defies all traditional understanding. People groups. The Luminara. Native to Primus, these humanoid beings have evolved to absorb nutrients from the ambient core energy. They have bioluminescent markings and an affinity for aquatic life, expertly navigating the floating islands. Crystalborn. Inhabitants of Duo, these sentient crystal-based life forms are masters of reality manipulation. They navigate the harsh desert conditions by phasing through the unstable reality of their plane. Canopians. Tree-dwelling denizens of Tertius, these humanoids have chameleon-like skin to blend into their environment. Highly skilled in vertical movement, they traverse their vertical world with unparalleled agility. Gravitus, native to Quartus, these beings have evolved the ability to manipulate the local gravity around them. This plane's miners, blacksmiths, and stonemasons are unparalleled, creating structures on floating rocks. Pentians. These humanoids have a natural knack for technology. The Pentians have integrated the energy from the core into their daily lives, utilizing it to power their steampunk-style machinery and sprawling cities. Glowworms, the creatures of Hexus, evolved to survive in extreme cold and darkness. They use the bioluminescent energy from the core-infused mineral veins to guide their path in the subterranean maze. Aeronauts, Septus dwellers, adapted to life in the sky, have developed limited control over the local weather. They travel between floating islands using gliders and airships. Mistwalkers, residents of Octus, these people have evolved to perceive what lies behind the reality-warping mists. They are expert navigators and elusive to outsiders. Janus-faced, denizens of Nonus, they have adapted to the dual nature of their plane, living in a society that never sleeps. One half of their body is attuned to day and the other to night, creating a stark contrast in appearance. Desites. The people of Decus, these beings are in a state of constant evolution, adapting to the surreal and ever-changing environment of their plane. Setting hooks. Echo resonance, a phenomenon where events in one plane create echoes in another, providing interesting narrative and conflict potential. Core energy fluctuation. The core's energy fluctuation can cause temporary alignments or rifts between planes, leading to invasions, migrations, or alliances. The harmonic convergence, a prophesied event when all planes align perfectly, creating a momentary unified plane. The implications and effects of this event are unknown, and a matter of grave concern or great anticipation. Planewalkers. Unique individuals who can travel between planes, serving as diplomats, spies, traders, or explorers. Core corruption. Rumors of a strange corruption seeping from the core, altering the native flora, fauna, and denizens of the plains in alarming ways. Creation myth. The dominant belief across the planes is that all existence sprang from the core. In the beginning, there was a vast, infinite emptiness. Then, the core emerged, a singularity of pure energy, and from its uncontainable force, the echoing planes spiraled out. Each plane was formed by a different pulse or echo of the core's energy, shaping its distinct biome and imbuing its inhabitants with unique abilities. The Planewalker's myth. Legend tells of the first Planewalker, an extraordinary figure from a time when the planes were still young and unaware of each other's existence. According to the myth, this individual possessed the unique ability to move freely across all planes. They were the first to travel the echoing planes, sowing the seeds of understanding and connection between the diverse worlds. To this day, the Planewalkers, though rare, are regarded as a sign of the first Planewalkers' enduring legacy, and they are respected and revered across all planes. The Harmonic Convergence Prophecy. Ancient texts and oral traditions across the planes foretell the harmonic convergence, when the echoing planes will perfectly align with the core. This event is believed to be a moment of incredible power and opportunity, though interpretations vary among the different planes. Some believe the convergence will grant immense knowledge and power, or the ability to reshape the planes. Others fear it will cause an apocalypse or drastic changes in the planes. Some Pentians theorize the convergence could supercharge their technology, while certain Canopians believe the world tree in the center of their plane will blossom with fruit of enlightenment during the convergence. The core corruption folklore. Dark tales and folklore have recently started circulating about the core corruption, a malignant force that seeps from the core and twists life into monstrous forms. These tales have been spurred on by strange happenings and bizarre creatures appearing on various planes. Some believe it's a sign of the core's displeasure, or a harbinger of the impending harmonic convergence. The mythology across the planes varies, reflecting the culture and environment of each plane's inhabitants, yet they are all tied together by their connection to the core, the Planewalkers, and the impending harmonic convergence. Character name, Obsidian Shard. Background, born on Duo, the plane of shifting sands and radiant crystals, Obsidian Shard is the sole survivor of a settlement destroyed by a particularly severe reality quake. He was saved from the ruins by a rare black crystal formation that phased him out of the plane when the quake hit. When he emerged, he was a changed man. Shard's experience and survival were extraordinary. He returned bearing the gift of enhanced reality manipulation, his body infused with the energy of the black crystal. His skin turned semi-transparent, black as obsidian, shimmering with power. But it came with a cost. He was haunted by the loss of his people, and he blamed the core for the unpredictable and devastating reality quakes. Role, Obsidian Shard, with his reality-warping powers, has made himself a self-proclaimed protector of Duo. He seeks to sever his plane from the influence of the core, believing this is the only way to save his people from further devastation. However, his methods are drastic and perilous. He plans to manipulate the core's energy to disconnect Duo from the echoing planes. He is gathering followers, sowing seeds of dissent among the Crystalborn, and inciting rebellion against the natural order of the planes. He promises a world free of core-induced calamities, exploiting the fears and resentments his people harbor due to their harsh living conditions. Antagonistic potential. In his zealous desire to protect Duo, Obsidian Shard poses a potential threat to all the echoing planes. His plan to disconnect Duo from the core could destabilize all planes and disrupt the universal balance. The potential core energy backlash could even lead to the premature and catastrophic harmonic convergence, which would endanger all life across the echoing planes. Despite his villainous role, Shard's intentions stem from a place of tragedy and desire to protect. He provides a complex and compelling antagonist, one who believes that he is doing what is necessary for the survival of his plane, despite the cost it might exact on the rest of the planes. He is a challenging opponent for any protagonist, as defeating him is not merely a matter of overcoming his powers, but also addressing the legitimate fears and concerns he represents. Certainly, let's use a name that aligns with the Crystalborn's cultural context and the nature of their plane. Character name, Chris Val Shardborn. Chris is derived from the ancient Crystalborn term for crystal, symbolizing their deep connection with the crystal structures of their plane, duo. Val translates to strength or resilience, a common naming practice to wish upon their children the strength to survive in the harsh and unpredictable conditions of their plane. Shardborn is a surname given to those who've survived a reality quake, a sign of their resilience, akin to a badge of honor. After his transformation, the Crystalborn began referring to him as Obsidian Shard, due to his new appearance and the black crystal that saved him, but his birth name was Chris Val Shardborn,